Shabbat Shalom. Chag Sameach. Did you catch the article in the Sunday Times the week before last on the online path to the bar mitzvah? See that in the style section? According to the article, parents who might have otherwise turned to their local synagogues for Hebrew lessons and spiritual guidance now turn to Google. Who knew that Sergey Brin would have such a profound impact on Jewish life? If you go to barmitzvahlessons.com, you can benefit from, quote, no synagogue fees, no membership dues, no building fees. You can completely bypass synagogues and pay for a fees for services rate. It's a bargain. Rabbi Yitzi charges only $950 for 12 hours of Hebrew. And if you go to JewishWeddingRabbi.com, they will throw in for you other life cycle events, like pet funerals. At oneshul.org, they'll arrange a web-only bar mitzvah, complete with an e-minyan or a Skype minion. And apparently, according to them, no less a figure than Maimonides has approved. Apparently the 12th century scholar was so brilliant and so far-sighted that he could foresee 21st century e-bar mitzvahs. Typically the e-rabbis meet with the children only once, the night before the ceremony, for a run-through. Only once. It's practically nirvana. One meeting, that's all, with a rabbi. No need to meet every week for so many weeks like we do here. The kids are able to spare themselves the later trauma of years of therapy and tens of thousands of dollars trying to remove that memory of childhood torture. You know how many movies have been made? You know how many books have been written by traumatized Jewish kids who grew up and vented their anger against their rabbis and against their parents who sent them to these rabbis? Now you can get away with one meeting. One meeting. And the e-rabbis are willing to have the bar mitzvahs anywhere, including around a relative's pool. One family gathered at the reservoir in Central Park. But just to make sure that there was a minyan, the e-rabbi recruited members of the Central Park Model Yacht Club to take part in the ceremony. No doubt, all approved by Maimonides. The Central Park Model Yacht Club. It gives a whole new meaning to watered-down Judaism. Gives a whole new meaning to this idea that Jews are united. We're all in the same yacht, the same boat together. Eli had his online bar mitzvah. It suited his family just fine. As his mother clarified, I bowed out of the preparations. I just cared about the party. Isn't America great? In this country, you can find anyone to give you any answer that you're looking for at any time. If you want a legal answer, you can find a lawyer who will give you legal advice, even if you and that lawyer know that it's wrong. You can always find a doctor who will tell you that you're not ill, even when you are. You can find an accountant to give you the financial advice that you seek. And you can find clergy in this country who will give you any answer you want to hear. You want a Central Park Reservoir bar mitzvah? Sure, it's kosher and approved by Maimonides. Don't fret the details, just worry about the party. The good thing about America is that we all make up our own minds here. If you don't like the answer that I give you, you can go across the street and look for another rabbi. In fact, there'll be many rabbis who will give you the answer that you're looking for. I've just given you their websites. It's appropriate that we meet during Hanukkah. If you can clear away all of the sights and the sounds and the songs of the seasons, if you can get out of your head for one moment those Christmas ditties, mostly written by Jews, you can get to the central message of Hanukkah, which is Jewish survival. It's about how during this season in years past, a group of us insisted on ramping up rather than watering down Jewish observance. Were it not for that decision, thousands of years ago, at this season in years past, we wouldn't even be here at all. Most Jews at that time were ready to throw in the tallis. To clarify, I'm not against bar mitzvahs outside the synagogue. I'm not. Our own congregants have participated with me in bar mitzvahs where we've been outside, somewhere on a mountaintop in Israel. In fact, in March, we've got now, believe it or not, 74 congregants who will be joining us for our Israel trip in March, at which time there will be 3 B'nai Mitzvah students who will have their ceremony outside. I'm also not against using technology. We do that here. Cantor Singer has uploaded for your enjoyment and edification many of the e-tools of learning and trope. We use email, we use Skype, and iChat, and instant message. We tweet, and we Facebook. We even stream our services now live every week. It's streaming here live every week. And even though there are annoying ads and pop-ups all the time during the streaming, we still stream because we believe that if we can even reach one additional Jew, it's worthwhile. It goes without saying, we use any tool. We take advantage of any technological advance that will allow us to teach Torah more and better. But we all know, even if we prefer not to hear it from our nagging rabbis, that nothing worthwhile in life can be preserved without effort. We are the most educated people in the world. We all know that 9 months of Hebrew from Rabbi Yitzi will not install knowledge of Judaism or commitment to Judaism. For those of you who are younger parents of younger children, take it from those of us who have come before you. We learn the lessons of life early. It is the first wrong steps that count. It is when we are taught to treat Judaism casually in childhood that as adults we become lost. Let me tell you something that you will probably not hear from the adventure rabbi, or you will not learn from the trope trainer. Jewish survival is in your hands, not mine. It is for you to decide whether you want Jews in your family. It is for you to determine how much you are willing to invest to have Jews in your family. That is your decision. It's not my decision. It is for me to state as clearly and as insistently as I can what you probably know but do not always want to hear. If you want Jews in your family, you must educate your family about what it means to be a Jew. If you want Jews in your family, you must engage a process that starts early and is lifelong. Lifelong affiliation with synagogues, lifelong learning, lifelong commitment, lifelong community. We are shaped and fashioned by the things that we invest in and prioritize. You know that as well as I do. And the decisions are in your hand, not mine. It is for me to try and inspire, persuade, cajole, and impress upon you the glory and miracle of our people's collective existence, with all of its hopes and with all of its memories. It is for me to ensure the best possible programming and environment here in our synagogue to allow you and your family to take advantage of these opportunities. It is for me to try and animate you, arouse you, and awaken you. It is for you to choose whether you want to take advantage of that and what you want to do with it. But I can tell you one thing. Swimming in a Jewish pool won't do it. Exercising in a Jewish gym won't do it. Eating matzo ball soup won't do it. Singing that white Christmas song written by the cantor's son, Irving Berlin, it won't do it. Bar mitzvahs won't do it. Funerals for Jewish pets won't do it. Jewish schools, Jewish camps, Jewish homes, and synagogues. They do it. This is the place where we make Jews and sustain Judaism. We do not make Jews in public schools. We do not make Jews in private schools. We do not make Jews in universities. We do not make Jews walking the streets of New York City. We do not make Jews gastronomically. We do not make Jews vicariously. We do not make Jews virtually. We make Jews in our families every day, day in and day out. And we make Jews here in communities devoted to Torah. So what if they can get a bar mitzvah cheaper somewhere else? Is that the sole consideration? Is that the sole interest? It's all fees for services nowadays. No recognition that synagogues need to be supported in their own right. No understanding that there is no Jewish life if there is no Jewish community, and there is no Jewish community without synagogues. The synagogue is the place where we teach Torah, and without Torah there is no Jewish people and no Judaism, no understanding, no recognition, fees for services. So they got the bar mitzvah. So what will they do with it? They think they've received some kind of magic potion that will inoculate them and their children. Some kind of magic dust that descends from the heaven and lands upon the precocious head and pronounces all is well with this child and all of the Jewish identity is secure. They're going to get that from Rabbi Yitz or the Adventure Rabbi. But you know what? I have nothing against the e-rabbis either. They need to make a living too. And if it is a choice between them and nothing, it's better that they do it than it's nothing. In this country, there will always be providers of services if there is a market. Someone will do it. But the fundamental lesson is this. If you do not take Judaism seriously, if all you do is look for the cheapest and least time-consuming options, if you squeeze Judaism in between all of the other activities that you think you need to do, your family's Judaism will dribble away while you think that you are passing it on. Invisible microbes of assimilation will eat away at your family's immune system, and the silent artillery of time will level your Jewish defenses. Hey, but it's not in my hands, it's in your hands. It's your decision. Don't be angry at me. I'm only doing what you brung me here to do, to tell you the truth as I see it. And I'm telling you the truth as I see it. And I'm telling you the truth because I care for you. And I love the Jewish people. And I feel responsible for the perpetuation and the miraculous survival of our people. This is the message of Hanukkah. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. As we recite nightly all week, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Praised are you, O God, ruler of the universe, who has performed miracles for us in those days, at this season. Amen.